What's going on, everybody? This your boy Apex the Guy here, welcoming you to Convict Life. We got 1 foot in and 2 feet out of the streets. You feel what I'm saying? And here today, I'm going to explain about the first time when I was in prison. I seen a man get his cookies took. You feel what I'm saying? But so sit back, relax, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And on this channel, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. Anything I tell you is facts over fiction. Is real to be looked up. So this is later on into my bid, right? This is around 2005. I think it's around the summer of 2005. I was going to U.S. Penitentiary, Lee County, Virginia. Right? I had just been in Marion, Illinois. Supermax. So now we heading there. I was in Supermax, so I just got out. Matter of fact, I think it was near the end of 2005 because they turned all the old FCIs into the old they took old penitentiaries and turned them into FCIs, right? So they started making all these new level 7 penitentiaries. So they took Marion, they turned Marion down, and they sent us off to Lee County, Virginia. All right. So it was a dude named Twin up there. He's from DC. Now, one thing about the DC guys in the penitentiary, these DC guys, they will stab you. They will do all types of stuff to you. DC guys are some gangster ass dudes, but they just be on some sweet time. Like they say, ain't no joy but a big butt boy. You feel me? Like them guys from DC, they be like, yo, Mo, all that stuff right there, but they always be on some swanky time, you feel me? A lot of them be on that wet, but they be on some swanky ass time, you know, but they will put that blicky in you. And you know, blicky, that's the name for them lawnmower blades, but they will put it in you. They some gangsters, but they just got some special ways with them. So we was on the bus, we was coming, and there was some new people that was on the bus with us as well. And there was this guy, he was from, I think, Rhode Island or somewhere up north. But he had this little swag with him, and he was a gangster. He was calling himself a folk. So I guess folk is part of the GDs or something like that. But he was just saying he was a gangster. And he was putting on his persona like he was just all gangster this and all gangster that, right? So we get to the penitentiary. You know, I get a red card because I had been locked up for institutional violence already. So, you know, with the red card, I have to check in every hour. And they also had these people with yellow cards who were sex offenders up there too. And those are the people, they used to call them the smack and dab crew. And I'm going to tell y'all about that on another story. But the smack and dab crew, these was the people that talk about the gun line. And they had a whole crew of people with this yellow card, sex offenders that used to go places and, you know, get off looking at the females. There was a lot of females that worked the yard, especially at Mainline. Mainline is lunch every day, Monday through Friday. That's when everybody at the penitentiary has to show up, like all the heads, like all the department heads. If you need to talk to somebody in the department head, you need to come to Mainline, which is lunch, Monday through Friday. They got the psychology department, the PE department, the head of the kitchen, the head of R&D, the head of Unicore, and like V-Trap, all that, like the maintenance crew, like everything is the head of the counselors, the case workers, everything is at Mainline. You got the warden standing there and the assistant wardens. Everybody has to be there at Mainline, Monday through Friday at the Fed Penitentiary. And that's lunch. That's the most important meal there. Mainline is where you get to talk to everybody. If you have a problem, you get to go up there and talk. And if you talk to them, stuff will get done, right? So, old boy used to come through, and he used to just act, you know, like he was just too gangster for himself, right? He was just too gangster. So, I think we used to call him Rhode Island or something, like RD. That's what he used to call him, RD though. Well, RD didn't realize, but Twin used to work the dish room. And you know, Twin was a light-skinned dude from Southeast DC. He had long hair and everything, but Twin, he was kind of big though. But Twin, he took on the RD, right? So, you know, he used to try to talk to him, you know, just carry on conversation. And see, they good at that. They smooth at, just applying conversation and everything. So, Twin worked in the dish room, and when you work in the kitchen, you have different stations, but kitchen is the best place to work because you're going to make money. Now, me, I was a grade 2 cook. I used to make between $100 to $300 per day in the kitchen, and I explain that to you. Like, I used to get a 50-pound bag of sugar, which was $3 a pound. They sell it $3 a pound in the yard. And I used to get a carton of orange juice, concentrated orange juices. 12 cartons come into a box, and they used to go for $10 a piece. See, the currency in the prison was stamps, and if you had a book of stamps, was $5 at the time. 100 book of stamps is $500, and usually a person will send you money order from Western Union to get there in 30 minutes to get 100 book of stamps. Cause see, that's how you do all the currency on the yard, like playing cards, gambling, buying alcohol, or buying drugs and everything is all paid for by stamps. They also have bookies on the yard where they used to gamble. Okay? So RD, Twin used to look out for him. He used to give him little stuff he could steal out the kitchen. He was treating the man nice, let him borrow stamps and everything. But what Twin was doing was courting the man. See, the man didn't realize Twin was courting him. Like, Twin had other plans. Twin liked it, And see, we had people that was crossed on the yard, but people like Twin, they were sadistic with it. They didn't want one that was already turned. Their pride was like, they like to turn him. He liked to turn him himself, right? And see, RD had already said, I ain't worried about no nigga doing that to me. If a motherfucker gonna take my cookies, they gonna have to kill me. They gonna have to kill me. You know how a lot of people say that right there, and they be feeling like, okay, yeah, nigga gotta kill me to take my, but that's not the case. It really is not the case. I've seen it. It's not the case. I'm gonna tell you why. So, Twin had been loaning the man stuff, and Twin had like a little store. He gave the man a headphone, a Walkman, and you couldn't watch TV in the feds unless you had the Walkman, so you could tune into the TV with the headphones and stuff. And Twin used to go outside, work out, and do everything. He used to feed him food and everything. And see, at the feds, we had like a whole grocery store. Like, you could buy 12 packs of sodas, meats. You had to buy your own washing powder, so you had to buy Tide and different laundry detergent because you had to wash your own clothes and everything. Everything in the supermarket was there at the feds. You could only spend $300 a month though. And they had people that worked in places like Unicor, where people used to make everywhere from $300 to $800 a month. Like, they made enough to pay their child support while they was in prison. Unicor, that's industry. You get paid per the amount of stuff that you do. So, Twin had been courting the man for about like 30 to 40 days. And Twin, I guess he was tired of waiting. So, at this time, it was a weekend. They had just, I think my nigga from Detroit, he had just dropped off a batch of that good shit. Just dropped off a big batch of that good shit. When I say that good shit, he had that wine cooking. So, they used to call him Colonel. So, the wine dropped off, and when the wine drop off, there's a lot of action. People get in trouble when that wine drop off because they don't know how to act. So, Twin got a bottle of that wine. We got 2 bottles. And a bottle of that wine, a sports bottle is $10. So you buying 2 bottles, that's $20. And they had people in there that knew what they was doing. We in the feds, they had people that was ATF, that's fed. So there's people that can make that hooch. They can make that wine, they can make that white lightning. They knew what they was making. Right? So him and Twin in the room, they sit there drinking, talking. I think they had a couple cigarettes and a little joint. And see, at this time, they had took away cigarettes out the pen. So, a Newport would cost you about $50. Like, a motherfucker could make 5 to 8 $10 roll-ups out of one Newport. Like, they'd break the Newport in 5-6 pieces, and they'd take the wrapping paper from the toilet paper wrappers and make little roll-ups out of it. So you can make 5 to 7 little $10 roll-ups out of one Newport 100. But that's what they was doing. So they was in there smoking and had a good time and everything. And then, Twin, he had a cellmate, and he had his cellmate, leave out the room. So we already knew what time it was. Twin was in the mood right there. He said it's about to happen. So all we know is the tower went up, and we just hear a do. Like, I guess old boy wasn't going. Old boy RD wasn't going or nothing, right? But Twin had got him drunk. He done sat there and ran up a bill. And Twin had been catering to the man. So now, his guard down. He thinking Twin cool and everything, not realizing that Twin been pitching that woo to him for a while now. So now, tonight's the night. Like, I guess this is the culmination of all the time that Twin put in. So now Twin's ready to get it in. So RD, like, I don't know if he can fight or not, but see, we just heard a couple boom, 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 and then that's like the daggone door hit, boom, but the door done locked, but you can see the man knocked out. Like, you can see he was out cold, and we can see Twin like drag the man back into the room, and see he had a couple of his little DC homeboys and everything. And one of them was dude named Black from Southeast. Y'all probably know him if you listening, but I'm just keeping it 100. So Black from Southeast was watching the door, and so Twin told him to watch the door. So next thing you hear the man holler. So damn, we sitting over there, we trying to pay attention to our daggone card game. Who's out there gambling? Then, like maybe about 10-15 minutes later, Twin come out, wipe his sweat. Then we see Black go in there while Twin standing at the door and everything. Hear the man again. So after that was over with, they walked off. They go to the shower. The man laying on the ground, sleep. But you just see it was like blood right there and everything. But he was asleep and everything, right? But one thing I can tell y'all, a lot of people say they ain't doing nothing unless they gotta kill me. Nah, they don't have to kill you. What they'll do is just knock you out. Once a person knock you out, it really ain't nothing you can do because you out cold. But they did the man like that, and I mean, it's like, hey, he put himself in a situation. Like, one thing is, people run with their crew. Like, wherever state you from, that's who you hang with, right? But see, they thought he was okay because him and the Twin was cool. Like, there's a lot of predators in prison, and you got to come out the same way you go in. But he was on the thing thinking that he was gangster, wasn't nobody gonna try him or nothing like that. Let his guard get down, and Twin got him. And I mean, he used to still try to act like he was gangster and everything, but he became Twin little boy. But and that's what I say. I don't believe you could just turn that way. I believe if you do, then you had it in you. And especially if you don't take revenge after that thing happened to you. But fortunately, it never happened to me. Like, I pray to the Most High that I'm glad it didn't. I kept it 100 with my stuff, and I still kept to myself. But that was just like the first time I seen it happen. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it was actually a time where I actually seen it happen in the shower, and it was a gang of it. But we're gonna do that for another story right there. But that was when I seen the first time it happened, and that was my first time going to Lee County when that happened. But that wasn't the first time I've seen it all the way, but that was my first time at Lee County when it happened right there. But after that, I've seen it where it was like a group of mugs doing it, like, because you gotta realize, when I first got locked up in the feds, I went to Beaumont, Texas, right? And I got into it with a police officer. Then I got put in Supermax behind that, and that's another story too. I'll tell y'all about how I got sent to Supermax after being on the yard for less than a week. But this your boy Apex, man. Make sure y'all hit that like, that share, that subscribe, man. I got 1,000 of these stories that are 100% real, and I'm gonna keep them dropping for y'all. I just want to get, we're gonna get it started, man. We're gonna get this page started. Let's get this thing started. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all. This your boy Apex. I'm gonna keep dropping that heat. Y'all just make sure y'all hit that like, that share, and that subscribe button. And peace and bless to each and every one of y'all. And I'm out.